Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 31st of March. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have REESE, Highfield Resources, Airtasker, Global Lithium and Nitro Software. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you're getting the free newsletter, but our better ideas come out every Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report, so ensure you are subscribed to that one. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Our main business is in portfolio management. So if you'd like to have a share trading account and have me alert you each time I think you need to buy or sell something, then please let me know. And all the advice here is general only. So we've got a daily chart here of REESE. We could see that the recent decline, of course, was really steep, so a bit of a concern, but it may have bottomed here. So we've got a bounce here. Naturally, there was some resistance near $20 and it came back, but then there was a nice move yesterday to really bounce back off this initial decline. So looking interesting. I think if we can get some follow through here, so we've got, as I said, resistance near $20. I think if we get some follow through and it's finishing up here between 2021, then I'd be a bit more confident that that we've got a low in place and that could be a buying opportunity. Okay, Highfield Resources. So I like the way this has traded since that October low. So we had that sort of gap up on big volume. I guess the first buy signal eased back, almost came back to the prior close, but rallied strongly and then followed through another consolidation and another sort of follow through here on the upside. So I think there's probably still more upside here. It looks like, you know, if the most recent break was at 95 cents, it looks like it's only just started that move. So I think there's more upside there, possibly still a buy if we're looking at these sorts of levels and it doesn't go too far. And I'd probably just have my stop near this breakout zone at 95 cents. Okay, Airtasker. So just as we can see, just one big downtrend. Still too early to buy. However, there are some signs that we need to maybe keep an eye on it if you did like the stock. So just want to see how it behaves here near this January low. So I can see that it sort of fell sharply here, bounced sharply on volume, and then has since eased back. So in terms of buying opportunity, what we need to see here is either a big push up on big volume. So if you just get a big day up, now that it's near this low, then that's sort of a tentative buy, or even a false break. So if we find that it dips under 60 cents and is looking quite ugly, but then does a massive reversal intraday or even the next day and gets back above 60 cents pretty quickly, then that would be a false break. But either way, both scenarios, you're still looking at a stock that's in an overall downtrend. It really needs to be pushing up to these levels before we know that the downtrend's over. GL1, so I think this chart looks fantastic ever since this sort of break here in August on massive volume was the initial buy. So you've got this strong rally, big sideways consolidation, strong rally, again sideways, etc. The longer these consolidations go on for, the more powerful the move when it does break, and you can see that. So, this went on for a very long period of time, but before you knew it, in 3 days the share price doubled. Again, you've got consolidation, then another more than doubling of the share price. This consolidation hasn't gone on for as long, but it still looks good. I think, most recently just this push here above the $1.60 resistance was a tentative buy, and then the break above $1.80 would have been your next buy signal to add to it. Strong move, little consolidation, but I think this overall move isn't over. So to me, this, just looking at the volume and the bounce here, I'd say that it's just commencing the next part of the move. Okay, and finally NTO. So we've also got this sort of massive downtrend here last few months. But recent price action to me is indicating a low is probably in place now. So we've got sort of, bounce here on big volume, and then a little sideways consolidation on decreasing volume, and then the break here would have been the buy signal. Nice follow through yesterday on a big increase in volume. So I'd say, it's still a high risk trade. I mean, it's, by no means is it in an established uptrend, but this is telling me that we're going to get most likely some kind of price recovery. And if I'm wrong, if it was me, I'd be looking at a stop near this breakout here to protect the downside. Okay, well, that's all for this week. As always, if you have a request, send it through. We'll try to include it next Thursday.